Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name's Deshaun and I have finally calmed down from my Spider-Man anger. Well, actually I haven't calmed down yet. I won't calm down until he's back in the goddamn MCU. But I'm here to talk about something that it came out a couple days ago, maybe 3-4 days ago. And, well, let me, take a step back. E3 happened months ago. And Square Enix finally showed off the Avengers, Marvel's The Avengers, the game that they've been working on. It's just simply called Marvel's The Avengers. Now, I will say that there was so much speculation about this game. There was so much speculation about what it was going to be. No one was sure what it was going to be. At one point, there was speculation that the Square Enix game was simply the third Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, which we obviously know that's not the case because Marvel Ultimate Alliance came out on the Switch. I haven't gotten to play because I don't own a Switch. I'm thinking about buying one just so I can play some of those exclusive games that are only on the fucking Switch. I feel like I need to just buy every system. I do. I feel like I need to buy every fucking system. I need to buy a PlayStation and a Switch. I just have to have it all just so I can play exclusive shit. But, anywho, I digress. But, getting back, but no one knew what it was going to be. E3 came around and they showed a cinematic trailer. It really wasn't footage. They showed glimpses of actual gameplay, but mostly just cinematic trailer, and everyone lost their minds. And not in a good way. Everyone hated the character models. No one liked the way they looked. No one knew everyone was mad that they didn't show actual gameplay. Like, everyone was angry. And let this be a lesson to gaming companies, not just gaming companies, but entertainment in general, in any way. Movies, television, streaming, YouTube. If your product is not ready to be shown, don't show it. You don't have to show it. Or if you do, or you can just film something specifically to give people. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to show it. Now, I understand that Square Enix felt like they had to show something, but they weren't ready to show anything. And it really backfired on them. It really backfired on them. And I've been looking forward to this game, okay? Because for years I've been saying, what is Marvel doing? And like, at least 3-4 years ago now, it was announced that Marvel was working with Square Enix and a bunch of other, and Crystal Dynamics and a bunch of other gaming games. And I believe one of the games ended up being, Ultimate Alliance, and the other one is this Avengers game. And there were so many rumors, and then the people would talk about it, and they kept talking about they wanted to make it a living RPG, this expansive world. And then there was rumors there's going to be something along the lines of Destiny, this world that they could just keep adding stuff to. And like I said, I didn't really know. Well, a few days ago, they finally released actual gameplay, actual gameplay of what this game is going to look like, of what this game is going to play like. And obviously, as he said, and it's pretty clear when you're watching it, if you play enough video games, this is a tutorial thing. Or this is kind of a tutorial, but they go through that. It's that whole D-Day thing, A-Day thing that you saw in the original little gameplay trailer. Except now, it's more crisp. It seems like they've had more time to work out the models of the characters. All the characters look better. All the designs of them look sleeker. The environments look better. Everything looks way better. And you actually get to see the nuts and bolts of how this game's gonna play. Now, from what I've heard, and I've kind of looked up some stuff, not that long ago, it's gonna be a weird game. Because, first of all, it's gonna be a game that's ever expanding. It's gonna be a game that's ever expanding. So, the more characters that they add to the game, the more missions, the more unique storylines will be added to this universe. So what I'm thinking is that because the main story that they have is going to be about the 5 Avengers. It's going to be about them. It's going to be all of them, the 5 Avengers. And throughout that story, that other characters might show up that they haven't announced yet. Other characters might be introduced, and other things might go along. But from what I'm hearing is, there's almost going to be a feeling. There's going to be like a main story. Like there's going to be big missions there are going to be 2 different kind of ways to play the game. There are going to be these co-op big missions where you have multiple characters, and depending on how you play it, it'll go just like that the gameplay footage where you go from character to character, and you go from character to character, and you do a sweeping battle, and it's cinematic like these battles, the massive team battles will be like cinematic like, where you get to play with each individual character and do something, and then go to another character and do something, and then go to another character. The way they're doing it, it's pretty cool, because it's basically like it's just like, this is pretty interesting. But they haven't shown the more individual hero quests, because apparently there will be these things, and then there will be actual individual stories with the individual heroes throughout the game. So there'll be quests for the individual heroes, like missions and stuff for them that they're doing on their own. And from what I've heard, the upgrade system is going to be pretty unique, because depending on what kind of armor, depending on what kind of stuff you buy, it can upgrade you in different ways, or you can just upgrade yourself. And like I said, I've heard like the different armors you get can change you differently, can unlock certain moves and unlock certain things you can and can't do. And I love the fact that, but when you watch this gameplay, you got to understand that this is designed, that the gameplay tutorial thing, that's pretty much the tutorial. We haven't really seen what the actual game will look like, what the full game itself is going to look like once it's released. And it doesn't come out till May 20. So it's got a long while. It's got a while before it's coming out again. So they got plenty of time to work out any kinks they need to. But like, you got to understand, when you watch this gameplay, this is just a tutorial. You just get to see how each individual character will play, and you notice each character plays totally different. And I'm curious, because like I said, I haven't really looked into it. I'm curious to see if it's going to be one of those things where you have to play through a campaign with each character to move the overall campaign forward. Or I'm curious to see how that works. I'm very curious to see how this all works. And when they keep saying they're going to add content, they're going to add more characters, and I'm curious, when they add more characters, do you get more story? Does that mean you get more story and more individual moves and stuff? I am so fascinated with this game, because the way they're going about this game, they're trying to make this get. They're trying to get so much of the cinematic. Because like, when you make a team-based game, there's not too many ways to go other than the Ultimate Alliance route, or like a Dungeons and Dragons route, like tabletop, just overhead. You're controlling a group of people. But the way this seems like they're trying to do is they're trying to find a way to not only make it cinematic, but to break it down to where, because in a movie, and that's kind of what they look like they're inspired by. Because in a movie, when you ever watch like the Avengers or something, you like the team battles. The team battles happen once in a while, but for the most part, the heroes are off doing their own thing, having a battle here, having a battle there, and it seems like that's what their approach is going to be. There's going to be one story, and it seems like they're really focused on the story, because one of the things that got brought up a bunch of times when talking to them is like, they're like, there's a whole bunch of things we want to do, there's a whole bunch of things we got to do. Microtransactions will be a thing in this. Go figure. But they keep talking about all these things they want to do, all the things that they want to improve, all the things that they're trying to, that they're attempting to do, but they kept saying that it comes down to this story. We think this story is good. And when I hear a video game company that keeps harping on the story, it makes me excited to see what the fuck the story is. Now, you kind of get a glimpse, you kind of get a feeling, what the story is, that the Avengers got set up. The Avengers got set up. Once this bomb goes off and kills all these people, they get blamed for it. The government, people lose faith in them. They have to disband. Captain America's thought to be dead. Thor gives up the hand. You can kind of get where the story is going. And the way that the guy who's directing, the guy who is writing the script for it, is writing the story for it, was talking. You're gonna play with each individual character and see them handling that's the only bit of news that I know is probably maybe the first chapter, because I'm sure they're going to break it down in chapter, is that you play with each individual character and get to see how they're living, like how they're doing their thing, and play through their levels of how they're dealing with all these things. And that sounds kind of cool, man. I'm just so it's going to be interesting. I don't think the game's gonna be open world. I don't think the game's gonna be open world. I'm just curious. Like, I don't know how they're gonna handle this. Like, I am so curious of how they're gonna go about this because I just don't know. Like, I just want to see more because, like I said, the mission you got to see isn't what the whole game is. That's a part of the game. That whole thing on the bridge, that's a part. That's not the game. Sure, you get to see the combat system and how they fight and whatnot, but like that's just a part of the game. That's like, and there's more to be shown. And it also that makes me excited is the people who did the combat system and whatnot for God of War are the same people who are working on this game. So the combat system is going to be very fun, and I do enjoy that the combat system is so unique. One of my favorite fucking things to do in fucking Ultimate Alliance is throw Captain America's shield and watch it bounce off like 18 people. I love doing that shit. That's my favorite pastime. But I loved, and that's the one thing that I thought looked the most fun. And then apparently a bunch of people who were at GameCon who played the demo said they loved playing with Thor and just launching it at people, launching that hammer. I love the fact that you can throw the hammer, it hits someone, and you have to, and if you don't call it back, it'll just stay. It doesn't automatically come back. It'll just stay over there, and you can just start fucking people up with your fist till you call it back. I was just like, oh, that's fucking cool. I love the fact that like Iron Man has these different kind of move sets, and he's like, using his repulsors and whatnot. I can't wait to see how they do it because they said that like the story, like it's one story, like that's the cool thing. It's one story from 5 individuals' perspectives, so you're gonna get to see all their perspectives. This isn't like this is a team effort. It's like, no, you get to see all their perspectives about this story, their individual things. Those are the missions you go on, or you can team up on these grand, more bigger missions. For some reason, I don't know yet. I got this thing in my mind that's telling me that each chapter you play through with the 5 Avengers until you pass, and then once you get through all 5 of their story arcs, you go into one of those mega fights where you have to go from character to character and make it work, and character to character and cinematic. Like, that's what I keep thinking it's gonna be like. And apparently you get apparently those missions are big because you get a shit ton of stuff from doing those missions that you get to keep when you do the more individual missions. I like I said, I'm not sure how any of this is gonna work because they're talking about it. I haven't seen it. I'm sure they will start talking about it a little bit more once it gets closer. But as of right now, I'm very excited. I was going to get this game anyways because it's been a while since I've been able to even buy a Marvel game because Sony's Spider-Man is fucking on PlayStation, so I can't even get that. I would have got that a long time ago if I could, but I can't. So this will be the newest Marvel game that I can actually buy. So I'm excited for that because I've played every Marvel game. I played every Marvel game, even the Lego ones. So it's like, this will be the one this will be the first one I can actually buy. I'm curious about it. It seems like they're trying to do some cutting edge shit. The problem is the microtransactions. Now that is gonna be, problematic for a lot of people. For me, it's just like, it just is what it is. I understand microtransactions. I mean, from what I've heard, you don't have to do the microtransactions. Everything in the game you can earn. It's just there if you want it. So, we'll see how they go about that. But I am very excited about this game. The gameplay looked cool. The characters' designs look cool. I love Taskmaster, the way he looked. And I'm just curious to see more. And the thing is, they only showed a little bit. The things that they're teasing about this game, I am just so curious to see. I am so curious to see. This game could be extremely popular if it all works out. But anywho, thank you for joining me in the Comic Game Movie Show. What do you think about Marvel's Avengers, the video game gameplay? Did you like it? Are you excited for this game? I am very excited for this game. I'm very curious about this game. There's still a lot of things that I am unsure about because I just haven't seen it. They're just talking about it. And I'm just like, I gotta see it in action to understand it. But from what I understand, the gameplay is only one of the parts of the game. This is just one of the parts. It's just a tutorial to get you introduced to each character, to get you used to pretty much give you a taste of how each character plays. So when you start doing the individual character stuff, it's not a shocker how you use each character. So that's from what I gathered. That's what it's gonna be. Black Widow has unlimited ammo confirmed, I think. I mean, I can't tell if she has unlimited ammo or that was just for the demo. They were like, okay, let's give them unlimited ammo for the demo. You got a good feeling in the game you're gonna actually have that limitation that, oh well, maybe she doesn't have unlimited ammo. But I'm just curious. Oh, I'm so curious. Thank you for joining my Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.